This is how to build the aesthetic body, starting out as a fat guy. That was me. I was not always an aesthetic dude. I never had abs at one point when I was younger, and I was always more of a skinny fat guy. It didn't feel great, I'll say that. The love handles, the stubborn belly fat, it was annoying, and it did bother me. So if you're looking to get more confidence, become an aesthetic god, this is what you need to do. I'm assuming you're a male. If you clicked on this video, you're probably 20 to 30 years old, and you're looking to become more attractive, right? Looks max, basically just improve yourself as much as possible. I'm gonna show you my client, Theo, who started out around 20% body fat, where probably you're starting from right now. You have some muscle, but there's no sign of definition there. Then, after just 5 months, really dialed in his nutrition, got on the proper workout routine that I'm gonna give you in this video, he was able to become way more aesthetic, lean down, drop like 20 pounds of belly fat, and just show those abs, because that's what you need to have. If you want to be aesthetic and lean, you have to lose body fat and just reveal the abs. Training the abs, that can help, but you really just need to reveal it and lose the body fat. So this is how you can do it. So first you need to define where you're at, where you're starting from. If you're like Theo, like me, we were around the 20% range. You could be higher, you could be less. But if you are at 20% body fat or higher, you definitely need to cut. If you're that fat, it doesn't make sense to bulk. Your insulin sensitivity, you're not at a healthy body fat range. 10%, that's pretty aesthetic. Now that is hard to maintain, but that's really where you gotta be at if you wanna be as aesthetic as possible. So aim for 10%, 15%, somewhere around there, and be realistic with it. If you're 20% body fat, you've gotta lose at least 20 to 30 pounds, something like that, to really get there. And that's not gonna happen overnight. For me, like a realistic time frame is going to be somewhere in between 3 to 6 months. Now, you can be more aggressive with it. You can take longer, but don't tell yourself, "Oh, I wanna look insanely aesthetic in just 1 week." It doesn't work like that. Too many people, too many guys I deal with, they only go for 2 weeks and they don't see the results they want. They get impatient, but you have to set yourself up for success. So be realistic. Give yourself 3 months. After 3 months, you should be noticing changes. If you're not, you're doing something wrong. And then really, if you're just trying to lose body fat, I would say just to lose 20 to 30 pounds, getting to 10%. That's doable within 6 months, 100% or less. But you need to be focusing on the right muscle groups as well. Don't just try and lose weight and make that your only goal. If you want to be aesthetic, you have to actually have the right shape and size as well. Not only be lean, but have the built-up chest, the built-up shoulders, lats. That is what the V-taper is, giving yourself that Dorito-looking shape, which is extremely attractive. Just taking off your shirt at the beach and you have that, that is a crazy good look, and that's what the superheroes have as well. Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor, all of these guys, they have huge shoulders, huge chests. That is what they focus on. So train those weak points with more volume. So for instance, if you have a bird chest, your chest just doesn't have that much size to it, then that's what you need to prioritize. You need to start with upper chest, start with the bench press, go with movements like that, and then hit the other muscle groups later. But for instance, if your arms are a weak point, then you should be having a day dedicated for your arms. So that's what I would focus on if you want to really be the most aesthetic dude possible. You have to make adjustments based on your physique. There's no perfect training split. The perfect training split is the training split that's going to have you grow your weak points the most while losing body fat. Now, nutrition is crucial. I would say it's like 80%. Training is important as well, but like I said, if you want the six-pack, you can't have that without your nutrition. So first, focus on food as fuel. Don't be stuck in this mindset where, oh, I'm just gonna have this burger and I'm gonna eat pizza and I'm gonna eat all this because I should enjoy myself because I deserve it. You don't deserve it if you haven't earned it. So stay consistent, but don't do these crazy crash diets. Don't do anything crazy, chicken and rice 3 times a day. I used to think like that. I used to think to look aesthetic, I had to only eat chicken and rice and broccoli. It doesn't need to be that way. You can make it easier. You can actually have a sustainable more long-term result, which is going to be worth it in the long run. So you can eat foods you enjoy as long as you're hitting your calories and being in that calorie deficit to lose the body fat. Not only that though, 90% of the time we do want to be eating good. We do want to be eating like a Greek god. Think about it. What would a Greek god eat? Is he going to eat burgers, all this processed food? That wasn't even a thing. Greek gods didn't even have that. Greek gods were most likely eating whole foods, bread, like steak, like hunting, like the food, getting after it and just having nutrient dense, like quality protein sources, eggs. They weren't eating bullshit. They really weren't. Now, I would eat like that most of the time, whole foods, and then here and there, you can have a cheat meal. Like if you want to go out, enjoy yourself, but make sure that cheat meal is measured, is tracked if you're gonna do it. And that is a skill I highly recommend learning how to track your calories. If you want to learn how to do that, shoot me a DM on Instagram, reach out to me, or just check out my previous videos. That is what it takes on the nutrition side. It's having the whole foods 90% of the time, eating clean, hitting your protein goal, and then once in a while, you're obviously going to need to go out. Like you're going to have times where you want to enjoy yourself, and that's the skill you need to learn of having those cheat meals without going too crazy and balancing that, which is crucial for the long-term sustainable results. And also, but not only is training important to look like a god, we also have to be athletic as well, because what's the point of being aesthetic if you can't properly defend yourself, if you can't properly, walk, runs, and have the cardio to do it. So cardio needs to be in there every day. It's not necessary to look good, but it will make things easier. If you wanted to lose weight just from your diet, you could. But doing cardio, I'm telling you, it allows you to eat more food. It increases your metabolism, and it makes you a more athletic guy, which is perfect to look good and be athletic and feel good. But you don't want to go too crazy with it as well. You don't need to do 2 hours of cardio. You don't need to suffer on the treadmill. Always prioritize weightlifting and then do zone 2 steady state cardio. That zone 2, that's going to be 13. That's zone 2 is a heart rate where you're about 120 to 140 beats per minute, and that is it. My preference, my favorite way of doing it is just walking on the treadmill, setting the treadmill to 12 incline, 3 speed, and then just doing that for like 15 minutes. You hit a plateau, you don't see changes from 15 minutes, bump it up to 30 minutes. You're literally a fat burning machine at that point, burning about 300 calories or so. But it's not accurate, it's not perfect. Don't rely just on cardio, rely on nutrition, and then add in cardio as an added bonus to make you really, really in really good shape. And then on top of that, if you want, do a fighting sport once a week to be able to have more confidence as well. Because think about it, if you do a fighting sport, you get in the ring and you get good at it, like you get good at defending yourself, that's an extra confidence boost right there. You just walk into places looking good for one, and then knowing you can defend yourself, that type of confidence is going to be on a whole nother level. But since we're training so much, it's be able to recover as well. Because if you're not sleeping properly, if you're not actually resting, you're going to wake up sore, tired, groggy, not going to be able to get work done. It's not optimal at all. We have to be able to balance weightlifting and exercising within our work, our schedule, or school, things like that. So the proper way to go about it is setting a bedtime, sleeping 7 to 9 hours every single night. That is the best way to do it. Not staying up late doing bullshit, getting those blue light blockers, avoiding the scrolling, and instead of like scrolling on doing dumb shit before you go to sleep, watching TikToks, read a book. Put your phone in a separate room and just read a book until you fall asleep. That is what I found to be the best way to do it, to like kind of down. And then I wake up every day, save time, go hard in the mornings, and take those rest days. So rest days, I would say 2 to 3. Rest days, you want to be weightlifting at least 3 to 5 times a week. So, I would just make sure you have at least, you balance that. That depends on you, your schedule. The bare minimum is 3 to 5 times a week weightlifting, and have those rest days. I like to have rest days after my leg days, because leg days, I go hard. I need to recover from them. Find what works best within your schedule. Schedule it out in something like Google Calendar. So when you wake up, you know what you're doing. You know today's day, tomorrow's push day, next day's pull day, back day. Like you have it all planned out. Get on a workout split. Have those rest days there. so you can recover properly and then go hard the next day. Because if you just go hard day after day, you're actually going to be weaker. Your central nervous system, it's not going to be able to recover if you're just lifting heavy every single day. That's why you have those rest days there, to allow a break, a rest. So the next day you go into the gym, you're strong as fuck. You're hitting PR. That is the goal, hitting PRs. So like, you'll notice it. If you get a good night of sleep, you can be way stronger the next day. That's why rest is so crucial. Not only that, but you have to think like an aesthetic dude, like a god. You can't be thinking like the way you think now, because the way you think now has got you to the position you're in. If you're fat, you have 30 pounds to lose. Stop thinking the way you're thinking. Stop thinking about, oh, I need to put it off. I need to, go out to the bars and have fun, have drinks, and then I need to get a treat after the bars. And how much do you spend at the bars? You need to cut that out, man. You need to cut that out. An aesthetic guy is not going to be, eating junk food, buying fast food. All of that is holding you back from reaching your goal. So what you want to do is save your money, focus on, good quality foods, and then be that guy. Think about the end result. Think about how good it will feel to go to the beach, take your shirt off, feel confident, so you can go up to girls without relying on alcohol. When you look like a beast, you don't need to get drunk to talk to a girl. You can just get girls approaching you. It never used to happen to me. When I was skinny fat, it never happened, which most guys will never get to experience because they've never been in that attractive physique before. So when you get that, it's crazy what it can do for you. You can get more matches on dating apps. If you become more attractive yourself, it makes it easier to attract more women. We all want the women as well. We want a wife. Like, do it for your future. Do it for your future wife. Do it for your family, for your kids. That is a good motivation to have. That's why this is so important. That's why being aesthetic is important. It's not just about the looks of becoming aesthetic. It's about what it says about you as a man and how it impacts other people as well in your environment. So remind yourself every single day, every time you feel like giving up, every time you have a hard day, you're overwhelmed with work or school or everything, don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do it. I'm too busy. I need a treat. I need to enjoy myself. I need to indulge. No. If you want to be in shape all the time, not just when you feel like it, year round, then you can't just do it when you're feeling motivated. You have to do it when you're not motivated. You have to still put in the work when you're stressed out. And with having these systems in place, the nutrition there, built out meals, built out macros that you follow, and the workout plan that you follow consistently. So you're going into the gym with a plan. You're going into this with a plan by setting the realistic time frame. It's all there. It's just up to you to put in the work. And if you're looking for that, the full-on blueprint that's got everything you need to get to your goal within 6 months, then apply for one-on-one coaching in my bio. I will hold you accountable. I'll see if you're a good fit. And if you are, then we can work together, and I'd love to take you on. So I appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. If you liked it, subscribe. Peace, boys. I'm making more content just like this. Let's go.